check some voicemails here. My voicemails are full.
Hey, Martin. My name is Todd. I'm calling because I reached out to you because I think it'd be a great idea for you to appear on the Cumtown podcast. Nick Mullen, he's a personality, comedian, excellent stand-up, really stand-up guy. He has a podcast with a couple of gay guys. I don't know if they're gay, but a couple other guys, and just wanted to see if you would be interested. You could reach out to Nick or any of the guys
Gay, you
doing
say?
the Cumtown podcast. So hope to hear from you soon. Thanks, Martin. Hello?
Hi, this is Martin Shkreli returning your call.
Oh, hey, Martin. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
How can I help you?
Okay, so yeah, I called earlier. I just want to ask if you'd be interested in doing the Cumtown podcast.
Oh, I'm not interested.
You're not?
No.
Okay, they're like Nick and the guys. They're all big fans of yours.
Did you misunderstand me?
They're Wu-Tang fans too.
Okay, I don't know if you didn't hear me. I'm not interested at all.
Okay. You're not interested?
No.
Okay, is there all right, cool. I mean, I think it'd be pretty, I think you'd really like it if you checked it out.
Happy. What do you know about me? Why do you think I would like it specifically?
Well, I just know from you, your general, persona online and stuff.
What?
It seems like you have a pretty good sense of humor.
Right.
And you're, probably a comedy fan.
Not really.
These guys really, what's that?
Not really.
You're not a comedy fan?
No.
Well, I mean, you just you're funny, you know? I think you're funny.
Okay.
Based on what
I'm a pretty serious person, man. I gotta say, I spend almost all my day working.
Well, yeah,
kind of just a working stiff, you know. I like a good joke like everybody else, but.
Well, I mean, I think that it would be. It's like a cool opportunity. You don't have to do it, obviously, but the guys would love to have you on, and I think that
I'll pass.
They're pretty chill guys.
I'm sure they're
chill guys.
I'm sure they're lovely,
What?
but I'm gonna have to pass. Amongst other things, the name of the podcast is kind of revolting.
Cumtown?
Yeah.
Well, it's I mean, I think if you're part of someone that can be offended by words, yeah, I think that's
Yep.
funny. But I think
I'm that kind of person. Unfortunately, I have to pass because of that reason.
Because of the name?
Yeah.
Well, if they changed the name of the podcast, would you do it?
Well, let me know when they do that.
Okay, so all right, can I call you back with a new name?
If they permanently change the name of their podcast and there's no references at all to that former name, that issue. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Stop interrupting me, please.
Yeah.
I gave you the courtesy of calling me back, of calling you back.
I appreciate it.
The first hang-up I have with this, which is an immediate disqualifier, is the name. But even if the name were Martin Shkreli Fan Webcast, I'm not sure that I'd be interested because I don't know anything about it. And furthermore, there's nobody connected to me that I know. For instance, I don't know who you are. I don't know who the host is. I don't know. Let me, please. Why you do this to me? Can you just let me finish? Thank you. Please don't do that again. There's nobody. You're doing it again. There's nobody that I know, not you, not the hosts of the podcast that I personally know, that are in any way, shape, or form connected to me. Do you understand? So they can't vouch with any credibility that this podcast is worth entertaining. I hope that makes sense to you. If it was someone who it was my cousin or my media advisor or just my best friend, and they said, gosh, this is a wonderful podcast, it absolutely makes sense to do. And that's why, by the way, in general, the way these types of things are done is people approach not the person directly, but but instead they approached the media advisor, the PR advisor, of which I have many, some of whom I have told the public who they are, and they approached them immediately. My guess is if they were approached, my advisor would immediately say, because of the name of this podcast, he absolutely cannot go on this show. I've been on other shows like The Breakfast Club, which is a little bit more controversial and edgy. I have no problem doing something like that. I went on Pardon My Take, the Barstool Sports podcast, which was fabulous.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that this might be of similar quality, but without someone who can vouch for it to me and my staff, and without a higher viewership number. Quite frankly, I looked at the host's Twitter followers. He does not have very many Twitter followers. In fact, I outnumber his Twitter followers by almost tenfold, which is, rather embarrassing, considering that I'm a please be quiet. Considering that I'm just a lowly business person, and he's in the media. I mean, his job is to get people to listen to him. My job is to do my job for shareholders, not to get people to notice me. In fact, I actively try not to be noticed as far as I can be. So in any event, I must decline. I appreciate it. You have not been very convincing at all.
Can I just respond? Can I respond?
Yeah, of course.
I heard you out.
You're wasting my time, but...
All right, yeah, I know your time is valuable, and I really appreciate the call back. Couple things. First of all, not reaching out to media advisors. The fact is that we are young people in comedy. We've developed a cult following that's small but is devoted, and I think that it's in terms of branding, I don't know if it's going to be good for you in terms of media or PR, but I think that it'd be something that's kind of fun. And
okay, but you still seem to. I put you on mute, so I can't hear you, and nobody else can hear you. You still seem to be failing to understand the concept that what you think, and I know this might be hard for you to understand, but just stop and I beg you to think about this. What you think may not be what other people think. For instance, I think I'm the most handsome man on the planet. But not every woman thinks that. It sucks. It fucking sucks. It's true. I think I'm the smartest person in the world. Unfortunately, not everyone else thinks that. Do you understand now that because you think something might be fun, that I might not think it's fun? Does that make sense?
Martin, do you
No. I just want you to understand. You guys are calling me, and I'm taking whatever phone calls. I'm calling people back. But your hypothesis is that you think something's going to be fun. And I put you on mute. Nobody can hear you. When I say you speak, you can speak. You think that I can't hear you. I can hear you very faintly with 3 decibels, saying, Martin, shut the fuck up. Nobody can hear you. I can't hear you. I can hear you failing to speak because I put you on no volume. I can hardly understand you. So you would be best served listening instead of speaking for once in your fucking life. You can't call someone and say, I think that you're gonna enjoy this. Especially if you don't know that person. You have no fucking idea if I'm gonna enjoy it. And the problem is this isn't a free call option, as we would say in finance. I have to invest my time to actually experience this thing, to take my time out of my day, and it might backfire. I actually might specifically not enjoy it. And I have these big books that I gotta read to do my job effectively, and my employees are depending on me, my shareholders are depending on me, and you want me to stop and take a chance that I might have fun? Hey, go fuck a supermodel, I know I'll have fun. And I still don't do that because I have a responsibility. That's what the real world is about. Maybe if you stopped the dead-end job of being a comedian, you'd actually understand some of this shit. You have 90 seconds left before my 10 minutes is up.
He's on Periscope. Martin.
90 seconds.
Okay, 90 seconds. First of all, are you familiar with the comedian David Cross?
No.
Okay, he did Mr. Show, he was on...
You're wasting you have now 60 seconds. You have
When
60
you were on the
seconds.
Breakfast Club. Okay, when you were on the Breakfast Club, here's my question for you, okay? Were you?
You have 50 seconds now. Go ahead.
Were you a jock, a geek, a freak, a loser, or were you the Chinese one?
What are you talking about?
On the Breakfast Club! The fucking movie Breakfast Club!
Oh, I was on a, I've never seen that movie. I was on a radio show called The Breakfast Club.
You fucking retarded idiot!
You have 30
You
seconds.
piece of shit!
Are you upset that you've been unable to convince me of virtually anything? I'm sure that's tough for you. Say I love you. Hello?